Hey everybody, this is Rebecca and welcome to my channel, Becoming Your Own VIP Mind, Body, and Soul. And today was an amazing day that I wanted to share with you. I just posted a video regarding divine timing, and part of that was inspired because for those who are on a spiritual journey, for those that are healing, you learn that through those healings that you cleanse, you purge, you release negativity, and then all of a sudden positive energies come in, and you also start receiving inspired ideas, thoughts, creativity, passions, things of that nature that you've not even fathomed that you can pursue because you once held yourself back for so long. There's a lot of blessings by God through our healing journey. But again, especially those that are knowingly on a spiritual journey, a spiritual path. So my story is long and I'll get to that later. But the biggest part is that I have been healing, and some revelations that has been coming to me is essentially about healing, how we're all energy. I've led in that understanding in one of my videos as well. And it's known, we have the yin and the yang energies in life. And you can't have one without the other. Magnetism, positive and negative, and polarity, things of that nature, right? We have a duality. So we have good weather, we have bad weather, we have the sun, we have the night, we have the sun, the moon, we have the day and the night. We also have positive and negative emotions. And one of the things that I found out in my journey was part of your healing is, again, dealing with the past traumas and things we kind of pushed away for so long. And what my specific journey was, I pushed things away so long that, I had a mask on thinking that as long as I held that part of me in check, that whoever I find in life will assist me in healing those little pieces of me. So, for instance, I didn't have a great childhood, or I saw a good family life between mother and father. So I had dreams of fulfilling a long-lasting relationship with someone, and that we will work it out. We won't be like my mother and father. And that's not necessarily the case. You have things within you have to heal, because that energy continues to reflect and cycle, whether you knowingly are calling that to you or not. So you're calling in those relationships, you're calling in all those things that you buried and that you're embarrassed about, that people shunned you, shamed you, guilted you about, all these things, right? So this energy comes back to you in your life until you finally heal that. And I call that the mirror effect. So when we are not listening to our body and our thoughts, it has to get through to you somehow. So our relationships that we develop end up mirroring those things to us. Say, well, if you're not going to hear me on the inside, let me let you hear me on the outside of you. And we obviously don't see that then either. We become defensive, or we feel like we're being attacked, and victim mentality, things of that nature that come up. And it does remind us of when we were kids, but we don't relate to it as the universe saying, hey, this happened to you as a kid. Hey, heal this, right? So the insights that I've learned on this journey is, when you are confronted with something that is literally triggering you, hurting you deeply to the core, you may not realize it's your inner child, but like, ouch, this hurts because this already happened to me and I know the end result of that. So then you project the end result based off of how it happened before, not realizing it's something different. So this is your chance to break the cycle and respond differently than when you were a kid. Our gut reaction is to be on automatic pilot, react like we always reacted, and then that blows up in our face. The cycle doesn't end because we're not aware. So as you heal, part of that healing through meditation, through clearing your mind, through therapy, through talking it out, through journaling, whatever your source is. For me, it started with meditation. It started clearing my mind. And it then put me in a reflective states where I can say, why did that always bother me? You can see past arguments where you say, well, why did that hurt me so deeply? And then you see, this did happen to me once. And then how did I continue to repeat that cycle? And then quite honestly, how you take accountability for that. So yes, it may have started with your parents. They were hurt too. It's our ancestral karma. It's got passed down generation to generation, 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 generation. Now it's time for you to stop it. We just weren't woke to it. So when you are awakened to it, you're like, oh my gosh. And now I've repeated that cycle within myself and with all my other relationships and continue that trend. And hurt people. And there's an accountability that you have to have. And we've received a lot of supporting energies in our lives. And how we treat each and every single one of those energies is a reflection of us and what needs to be healed. And a lot of that comes down to loving ourselves the way we should have been loved a long time ago before we bring other people into our lives, because otherwise we're going to mismanage it. But the good news is they're there purposely to help us through that. You may go through 12 people, but one day you're going to get the lesson, hopefully praying about that you will. But supporting energies in our lives is people. It's our finances, our health, our wellness, our relationship to food. Grandson, I'll talk to you later, babe. Sorry. Think about how you treat yourself and every single supporting thing that you have in your life. Does it elevate you? Does it tear you down? Do you abuse it? Do you use it for emotional support when you're feeling down and low? And do you actually reflect as to why? The more you heal, the more you can reflect on these things. So for instance, I'll break this up into many videos because it's that deep of a topic. But the one thing I want to say about energy is the energy is waiting on you to disrupt it. The energy is waiting for you to balance it. Where you were once unbalanced and negative, sad, depressed, anxious, fearful, whatever that is, the universe is waiting for you to say, hold on, let me catch my breath and let me change my direction. Where we once felt powerless, you realize you've had the power all along to change your life. And not in there, nobody on the outside of you had any influence on that. It's always been you. People could tear you down. People could try to take your power away. And to be truthfully honest, when you look around, there's a lot of distractions out there that does. But when you finally realize that you have the power to redirect your life, it's something to be grateful for. And that's something that happened to me. And that's why I'm sharing it with you now. The insights and the blessings that I've received, and I pray that they resonate with you. Know that in divine timing, that whatever you choose to do in your life, whatever you set your mind to, you will achieve. Pray on it, and God will bless it. It may not happen right now. It may happen a year from now. It may happen 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But what did it take to get you there? There's a lot of cobwebs that got to be cleaned out, a lot of tears to be shed. More than anything, you have to develop yourself. You're under construction now. You're aware. Building takes time. Building your foundation, rebuilding it, making sure it's strong, it takes time. But once that foundation is built, whatever steps you took to get to where you need to be, that foundation will never be turned down again. No one has the power to take away from anything from you again. So continue to pray and have faith. I'll continue to make videos and insights. There's a lot more information I have written down here, so I'm looking forward to sharing with you each and every single day my insights and my lessons. But the biggest thing is remember the yin and the yang. There's positive, there's negative within you, within everyone, within anything. How do you handle it? How do you balance it so that you remain grounded, that you remain balanced, and that you overcome with peace, serenity, and knowing that you're good. You're good. God's got you. And whether you believe it or not, He always has had you. You just couldn't hear it, and you weren't in the mind space or energy to feel it. As you heal, as you clear, God makes His presence known even more than ever before. You know miracles last or exist. That's why you've lasted so long. So many things could have happened to your life that could have been way worse, but it didn't. It's because it wasn't meant for you. None of this negativity and all that was meant for us per se. We are here to learn. We're here to learn. We're here on earth. We're here as students to learn and to teach one another through trials and tribulations, through joys and happiness and all that stuff. That's what we are here to do, to support one another, overcome obstacles. But your time to come and wake up is when you're ready, and that's divine timing. And when you are ready, God is ready to show you He was always there for you. Through every blessing, through every miracle, He's always been there. Whatever heartache you've had, He was there to hold you, to support you, and to bring someone in your life to comfort you during that time. He was there. So these are things I had to find out and really truly look back. There were some hard times in my life, and some blessings definitely came my way. And I want you all to recognize that too, is look back and see how many times someone, came out of nowhere and gave you comfort when you needed it most. That was God sending His angel to you. It's now time to be receptive and empower yourself with who you are. And I hope you resonate with this video. Again, many more to come. God bless. Have a good night. And give it time. Give yourself patience. Give yourself love. And have faith. Good night.